My name's Ash, and this week I've decided to learn how to run. Let's go. My name's Ash, and as you heard in the intro, this week I've decided to start running. It boils down to two factors. One, I'm incredibly out of shape, as this quarantine, as with a lot of other people, has not been easy for that. I've gone from 160 pounds to a max of 210, where I'm now residing at 205 pounds. Second factor is I've always hated running. Now, why would that want to make me start running, you may ask? It's because it's always been a limiting factor for whatever I've been involved in. I've boxed, I've done calisthenics, powerlifted, I've done a variety of different sports, and my cardio has always been horrible. I've always hated the act of running. I don't understand people who run for fun. I want to change that. And the best way to do it is to start running intentionally. I want to become somebody that maybe doesn't love running, but can run if he has to. And it's not as bad of a thing as most people make it out to be. That's the kind of person I want to become. So let's get right into it. What is my goal? My ultimate goal is I want to be able to run 6 miles 5 days a week. This may sound crazy to some, this may sound like normal to others, but to me, this is crazy. And I'm not saying I'm going to reach there anytime soon, if at all, but it's my goal that I want to aim for. To start that off, I'll be running a mile a day for 5 days a week. Why am I running a mile a day 5 days a week? Well, in my area, there's a square of space that's exactly a mile. It has a third of the area covered in flat ground. It has a third of the area covered in a slight uphill, and the last part of the mile, the last leg of the mile, ends off in a downhill. So it's a perfect mix of running elements that perfectly create a square that is a mile. The distance goal is to start with a mile, and then when 1 mile becomes easy, 1 mile a day, 5 days a week becomes easy, slowly increase that to 2, then 3, then 4, then 6. The amount that David Goggins says he was recommended to do for the SEALs. I want to try embodying that. Now, in terms of what I'll be using, well, I bought 3 pairs of sweatpants on Amazon Basics for $20 each. I also have a Versa Fitbit that I will be using. Oh, it's not focusing, but that I'll be using to track my progress, my running progress, calories burned, and other kind of metrics along the way. I will also be using a smartphone with the GPS tracking and using that in tandem with the Nike Run Club app. The reason I'm using that is because I checked with the Fitbit and it is not completely accurate in the distance that I've run. But Nike Run Club, from the week that I've been using it, has been incredibly reliable in measuring distance. I cross-checked with Google Maps and I highly recommend it. Not sponsored, but highly recommend it. In terms of other equipment, I'll also be using, gloves, a hat because it is cold out here, as I will be breaking down later. And of course, running shoes, and actually one that I figured out by the end of the week is thermal leggings to prevent leg chafing, which I'll talk about later. So now let's jump into the methods of measurement. 1, I'll be measuring my weight daily in order to see the physical kind of weight loss that I have. From my goal, from my initial starting weight of 207 pounds, I want to see if I can slowly decrease that to my goal weight of 160 pounds. Second, I'll be measuring my increase in miles per week. Hopefully I'll be starting with 5, and we'll see how that goes when I actually start running as a beginner, and increasing that to 6, 7, 8, and I'll be measuring that, recording that week by week. And then third, in terms of qualitative kind of observations, I'll be writing down how I feel day by day, and then breaking that down in the week breakdown, which will come later. And the reason I'll be doing that is just so I can be honest about the process, the positive and negative setbacks, and everything that I incur in between. Lastly, in terms of video, I'll be recording me before and after the run, talking about how the run felt and how I am going to feel, how I'm feeling going into the run. And yeah, that might change in time, but we'll see. So that concludes week 0. I hope you stick around for week 1 and beyond and come watch me learn how to run properly. Well, that's about it for the first video. I'm excited because I have so many more skills to share on this channel, and this is just the beginning. But thank you for watching if you did watch, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.